Hi, so a lot of you have asked me what's the simplest way to get started. If your child is new to kidcash, they have to get used to getting allowance. And so what I would like to do is probably start them off with $1. Candy dollar is probably the easiest to understand, so it's a good one. But I would do a couple of nights where at dinner you give them the candy dollar. After you explain to them, you know what, you did really well today, I liked how you behaved, but before you were throwing things. And so if you keep throwing things, you're going to get a ticket. But here's your candy dollar. Then, after dinner, you want to give this candy dollar some value. So, as the child gets dessert, ask for the candy dollar. When the child gives you the candy dollar, give them the dessert. After a while, they're going to get this exchange and they're going to understand it. That's when you start adding in other dollars. Then you can start adding in a device dollar, so the candy dollar, and this is also when we want to start adding in tickets. So what happened during the next day is your child is throwing something. And you're like, listen, if you keep on throwing that, I'm going to write you a ticket. And a ticket means that you're going to have to pay me $1 for each ticket that I write you. And so the child continues to do the altercation, write them the ticket, and at dinner time, pull this ticket out, put it on the table, and say, listen, you were throwing before. We don't want you to throw because you could break something or you could hurt somebody, and that's why we give tickets for throwing. We don't want you to throw. So, because you got a ticket, you're going to have to give me one of these dollars. Which one of these dollars do you want to give me? And let the kid pick. Later on, when the child say doesn't have a device dollar and wants to use the smartphone or the smart tablet, say, sorry, you don't have one. Another thing that I like to do with tickets is, even though this is not going to be discussed until dinner time, the next time that the child asks me for something, I say, well, you should have thought about that a little bit more, because once you get a ticket, you have limited freedom that day. And maybe I don't want to go to the park now because you threw that thing before and it made me very unhappy. You also want to start introducing bonus bounty. Bonus bounty is like the big guns, you know, they're like potty training or they're not eating, something really difficult that they have a hard time with. So you want to like give them these random rewards for doing a good job in these areas. And it actually is very, very powerful tool. So you don't want to like overdo it, you want to like use this when necessary. Eventually, once your child gets used to the scheduled allowance, you want to like start introducing other dollars and denominations. Because once they get one, they usually can guess what these other ones are for. And what it does is it helps them budget for different areas of life, just as we do as adults. So that's it for our quick tutorial, and stay tuned for more videos. Starring Ryan. Blah, 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 blah. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.